What's up, guys? Welcome to the world's greatest sports betting show. I'm your host, John Heislop, joined, as always, by my friend in the Eagles sweatshirt, the great Matt Modi. What's up, dude?
What's up, Slop? I'm doing well. Did not have a great NFL day yesterday, but that's all right. We move on. We got a great night of sports tonight, so I'm feeling good.
Yeah, I feel good about tonight. I had a good day yesterday, which was good. Decent Saturday, but yeah, I was going through the NBA and I'm like, man, there's 11 games, so I definitely got to get in on this. But we're starting to reach the part of the season that lasts very long where you have to like pay attention to news.
Yeah.
And we don't get news until later. And I'm not totally confident in my rotations. I was pretty off on Jalen Wilson, like what they thought about him. So that's tough. Even if it was one player, it's still like, ooh, I had him as a 30-plus minute guy that was going to get time off the bench. You know what I mean? So it's like, shit, dude, like, do I not have this right? So it's not like I'm pivoting or changing anything. It's more of just like, if you're going to do something early in the day, you want to do maybe points for over on points. I'm sorry. That way, if you do get news that your guy's not playing, fine. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? The bet just voids. But if someone else doesn't play, now your guy might get more. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead.
It's tough. No, I was gonna say it's tough because like all you have, like at the beginning of the season, that's all you have to go off of is like what you project to be the rotation. So you just got to call your shot. Sometimes you're right, and like you can find some just crazy, like the Jalen Wilson in the first game, or where it's plus 1,300 for 15 points. Or you bet Dante DiVincenzo assists in back-to-back games, and he goes under in both of them. So sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong.
Yeah, it's a dirty game we play, but we might as well get started now because we're going to go through every NBA game. I'm not really trying to take forever to do this, so it's not going to be the most comprehensive breakdown that anyone's going to hear. But like I said, there's thoughts. 10:30 in the morning thoughts count, because you got to start somewhere. And then by the time 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock tonight rolls around, some of these things could be acted on, if that makes sense. There's definitely something that I think you have locked in already. So it's not like a total waste of time. But like I said, I think talking through all the bets all the games actually really helps me. So we'll start with Indiana, Orlando. Do you have anything locked in there?
I do. It's one of the 3 bets that I've actually locked in. It's I don't know if you've been following this guy, but it's Anthony Black. Okay. I got him. I got him. What'd you say?
Grady Dick's friend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, remember the jersey swap?
Of course. How could I forget? He's been awesome to begin the season. Like his minutes are up. Like he's played 27, 26, 20 minutes the first 3 games. And he's been really good. Like their offensive, and I get like there's more than just one player, but their offensive rating like skyrockets with him on the floor. He's really good at just like playing point guard, distributing. He's been the backup point guard role. He's a true kind of pure point guard. And his points plus assists, it's being priced at 8.5. You kind of have to pay some juice to get that 8.5 number, or you could just go 10 plus for plus 120 odds, which I know I don't need to convince you.
I always do.
That's the correct play. But if anybody wanted to be safer, you could get the over 8.5. I guess it's like best offered at Hard Rock at minus 105. It's minus 110 at BetMGM, or sorry, ESPN bet minus 110 at Bet 365, or you just go 10 plus for plus 120. And to be fair, that's on Fliff. So I don't know. Not everybody might not be a Fliff person, but he smoked this over in the first 3 games, 14, 15, 13. And he's done that while like scoring 10 points in each game. So if that's the floor, that's good. And he's also had decent, like 8 potential assists in the first game, 6 last game, or six the second game, 9 last game, plus matchup against the Pacers. That's coming off of a back-to-back game where they just played in overtime last night. This is probably even though it's a plus money, this is probably my favorite play of the 3 that I have.
I like it. I'm a true believer when we start adding categories together, then it's just best to do points, unless obviously it's rebounds, assist, just those 2, which I did yesterday with James Harden, no big deal. But shout out Oddjam for that. But No, looking at Black, he's taken, the reason I bring that up is because he's taken 9 shots, 6 shots, 4 shots. I mean, he's shooting very well. He's shooting the lights out, kind of. Not really, though. I mean, 44%, 66%, 50%. So, I mean, that's not unsustainable, if that makes sense. And even if he does tail off a little bit, I mean, he's taking threes. Should be a fast-paced game today or tonight with the Pacers. I mean, they do still run, which is good. Yep. And one thing I like to do is take guys like Orlando. They're the 5th best defensive efficiency team in the NBA. So what you want to do is take those guys when they play a team that doesn't play great defense. Does that make sense? Because sometimes what can happen is 2 decent defenses play and everyone's numbers get suppressed.
Yeah.
So then the guy on the good defensive team, you know, his number, we don't know what his ceiling is because he's playing in these rock fights, but this doesn't really seem to shake out as a rock fight. So yeah, 10 plus right there. That looks good. I would do 10 plus all day on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking at the screen, probably ESPN bet would be the best place to get 10 plus. I don't know if we'll see anything from FanDuel. They've been coming out late, man.
They have. Yeah. They're scared.
Yep. Super scared. So whatever. Let's move on to Cleveland, New York. Before you go, if you got anything, I would say we can still probably look at Darius Garland threes. 2.5 plus 130, 2.5 plus 120. Looks like 2.5 plus 140 looks to be the best one. He's been lower than that. Early on, it's been like 105, 104, something like that. But Atkinson wants to shoot more threes. They have. I think that affects him the most because not that he didn't shoot threes before. He just didn't shoot like that many. And now let's find out. 3-pointers now attempted per game. I think they were up there.
I haven't looked at him a ton, to be honest. So I don't have much on that.
Yeah, Cleveland's not up where I think they want to be. They are 34 a game attempted, which again, man, I think they want more than that. I think we're getting a good number there. He's been okay. I think he hit 4 yesterday, if I remember right. And then over the weekend, I think he cashed us another time too. Oh no, I'm getting there. Yeah, 4 last game, 4 of 5. So I only took 5. The game before, 3 of 7. The game before, 1 of 6. I don't mind taking a guy 2+ at plus 140, close to 150 to hit 3 if I think he's going to take at least 6. So that's something I'm kind of looking at. We'll see. Like I said, if we get any news. Looks like 135 at Fanatics, 120 at DraftKings. They're kind of moving. I don't know. Do you got anything for that game? That's literally all I see. Maybe a Dean Wade.
I like a Dean Wade.
Yeah, 1.5 is plus money, and he's shooting. I mean, that's why he's there. He's ready to shoot threes. He went 0 for 3 last game, so that you're going to have games like that. But game before that, 5 for 7. Game before that, 1 for 3. In the preseason, 4 for 9. Game, you know what I'm saying? There's games where this guy's going to shoot a ton of threes.
Yeah,
make 2.
That's it. Just got to make 2. And it's plus money. I didn't bet this. One look that I kind of like is an under on Jalen Brunson assists. It's at minus 125 at 7.5. And if you want to take the under 6.5, it's plus 125 at ESPN bet. If you play the under 6.5, I'm only hitting that for a half unit because I like doing the pumped up overs. I don't like doing the suppressed unders.
Yeah.
Those aren't fun, but it's just like, he really hasn't been passing. You'd think he would. They just got Cat. They just got Mikal Bridges, who's I don't know if his jumper's broken. But 2 assists in the first game, 5 assists last game. He's averaging he's got a combined 13 potential assists through 2 games. So his potential assist number average is what his over under is at. This is a Cavs team that they really, really block off the paint, and with Levert, or sorry, not with Levert, with Mobley and Jarrett Allen. They just don't allow a ton on the inside. So they were one of the lowest teams last year at allowing point guard assists. They can be had on the perimeter. So if it's you want to look at a Brunson threes, which I'm not touching for obvious reasons, you could do that, or maybe a Deuce McBride threes or something like that. But the under assist for Brunson, I think is solid. Again, I didn't bet it, but that's where I would go in this one.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not a big under at all. I cannot do it, but it's just tough to watch, bro.
I get it. I get it. That's why
You
you take an under and then you watch a different game.
Yeah, you don't watch that game. Watch the football game, which we'll get to in a minute. I can't. I got one that I love. Like I think it's like play of the century. I absolutely love it. But we got basketball. Let's go through basketball. Look at the Celtics Bucks. Anything jump out at you there?
Yeah. So I took this is another one of my 3 official plays. The second one, Damian Lillard points. I got him over 21.5. That's no longer available. So
no threes, huh?
No. I'm taking a break from that market for a little bit. I think part of that is if I came on here and took a 3-point prop, I don't have the strength to get trolled and just get made fun of. So
lay low for a little while.
Yeah, I just don't want to get bullied. But no, it's Damian Lillard points. He's been good to start the year. Like he's running the pick and roll. He's taking a lot of shots. It's a matchup play against the Celtics, who, as I've talked about a million times, give up a lot of points to these guards. Even though it hasn't been like monster performances, Jordan Poole went off against them. Your boy Deuce McBride went off against them in like 24 minutes. Jalen Brunson scored like 22 points in 23 minutes. So they're getting good. Like players are having success against the Celtics defense. Guards are, and I don't know who else is going to run the pick and roll for the Bucks. Like they don't really have a great backup point guard that's going to do that a ton. And so anyways, if I'm playing it right now, over 23.5 is plus 115 odds at ESPN Bet. That's what I would take. I personally bet the over 21.5, but that number is no longer available. So right now you're getting plus 115 over 23.5, which I think is a good price. So that's how I would play it right now.
FanDuel has 25 for plus 120. So yeah, Dame is definitely in play at those numbers. The thing that sticks out about me is he took 12 threes in the first game of the season. He took 12 threes the next night. He took 7 threes last night.
Yeah.
So he only 1 for 7, but at the same time, shoot. Still scored, 21 points. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Celtics are going to get out and run. Like, I mean, they just go up and down the floor and just jack up shots. I mean, it's a wild show. But, 25 points seems to be in play. I would say, like you said, though, I'd go 23.5 at the plus money at ESPN Bet. That would be the smartest move, I think, because you're only getting, 5 cents more?
5 cents a juice. Yeah, exactly.
So that's not really totally worth it to go the 25 for the extra point because, man, once you get stuck on 24, that would be a brutal sweat. You know what I mean? Just like what happened.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can move on to Denver and Toronto. I have nothing yet for that game, that Celtics Bucks game. That is something that's definitely playable, though. I think that could be one of those early season barn burner type games where both teams kind of show up and just score. Not a lot of defense, but I mean, I know it's a 9.5 point spread, but at the same time, like, I don't know, feels right. That game could be at least competitive and everybody plays the whole, their regular slotted allotment of minutes. But yeah. That's always the tough part with early season, man, with the good teams too, because man, one of them can show and the other one can't. And dude, that sucks.
It gets over quick.
Brutal. That's so brutal. We can look at the Denver Nuggets and Nigel's Toronto Raptors. It'll be the Nuggets 9.5 point favorites, so that's kind of not where you want to look. But I mean, you could go for a bench guy. I mean, I wouldn't look for a starter on the Toronto side, but some of these guys might make sense. Anything?
A couple guys that I like. I didn't bet anything. I like, if I'm going to play it, it would be either Christian Brown or Julian Strawther points. This Raptors team is just so weak, and anybody can drive and do whatever they want against them. And you're getting some low numbers on both of them. The books have caught on a little bit with Christian Brown. He was 10 plus points for plus money at the first 2 games of the year. Now you're getting over 10.5 for minus money. So the books are starting to catch on a little bit. Or like a Julian Strawther, who I think the Nuggets really, really want to make work. So maybe in like a terrible matchup against a terrible team, they're going to give him some more minutes. He scored 6 points in the first game, 8 points last game, 17 minutes, 16 minutes. So he's not getting a ton of a ton of minutes, but like, 6 shot attempts, 5 shot attempts. You could get 10 plus for like plus 350. And if this game turns to a blowout, he's going to play 25 plus minutes. So no official play, but that's where I'm looking.
Yeah, see, this is one of those news games where you legitimately could not take – you wouldn't want to take an over. And I'll tell you why. Because R.J. Barrett, he could play. Might play, might not. You know what I mean?
Also might not.
Oh, yeah, you take an over, and it's like that. What if Quickly came back tonight? Like, I doubt he will. But what if that happened? So that's a mess for Toronto.
Yeah.
That would be very difficult to go target something and feel good about, waiting for news. Every time that underdog NBA account goes off, you're just like, please don't be somebody playing for the Raptors. So, like, for that reason, everybody's out. Like, you can't – I mean, if you want to, you can, but that seems ridiculous. Julian Strawther might be a move if you think that the Raptors are going to get waxed, which I kind of think they will. But, I mean – we haven't seen the Nuggets really do that to anybody, but in their defense, they played the Thunder.
And they
played the Clippers, who, I'll be honest with you, Clippers,
they're feisty.
They might not be that bad.
Yeah.
Zubek looked good, man.
He's awesome.
Norman Powell is a scorer, and he went off. James Harden dropped 16 assists that game. So it's not like they just went and just got their asses kicked by some team that's not good. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But I do think that they're kind of like a championship pedigree team. So, like, going to Toronto and getting up for that, probably a little difficult. You know what I mean? You wait to go through customs and then have to play a team that's literally like you can't really recognize anybody on it. Like, is this even an NBA team? I mean, outside of Scotty Barnes, is it? Yeah. So there is that. But Strawther would be my look. And if I do that, it's going to be a double-digit points for him.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, exactly. Like 10 plus is plus 350.
Yeah, those are the kind of moves I'm looking to make on guys like that. Because like I said, the Raptors are absolutely like just terrible.
They're
like,
pissed,
that team is not good. So like you will be able to target other teams' bench warmers against them. But I mean, let me see so DiVincenzo got 23 minutes. Naz Reid got 21 minutes. You can't really do much with that, like looking through that, just because.
It depends on the team's rotations, too. Like,
exactly. That team's rotation doesn't count.
Yeah.
They know what they have. All right, next game. Detroit, Miami. I got nothing for this.
No.
A Cade Cunningham, something?
Cade Cunningham assists is what but they're like the last time I looked, there's really no way to play it because it's like, unless you really just want to take a ceiling outcome for 10 plus, because they have his over under. Let me check because maybe like more stuff's come out. So, but when I looked at this morning, so you can either he's over 7.5, best offered minus 128. I'm not touching that. No book is really giving you over 8.5 aside from like Bet Rivers. So then you have to play a 10 plus at plus 215, which I don't hate that. I don't hate a 10 plus at plus 215, but I'd like to get an over 8.5 for plus money. There's did Heat give up the most corner threes in the NBA, or they have through this early in the season?
Back on that corner threes thing, huh?
But who do you? But no, because who do you want to trust to make 3-pointers on the Pistons? Like Fontecchio, Beasley, Tobias Harris. Like no,
Tobias Harris is hanging out there.
Yeah, he's shooting like 1 for 6 from the corner.
Yeah, I mean, the Heat are just not a team I want to target anybody against. LaMelo Ball had 7 assists against him last game. We're talking LaMelo Ball. I mean, he's out there 36 minutes. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't. Yeah, he took 22 shots, only scored 27 points. Like, LaMelo Ball is your ultimate ceiling outcome guy.
Yeah.
And that's what he's getting. So I just couldn't imagine being very excited about taking any of these Pistons. And then the Heat, look at their rotation. I mean, there's like 30 people that play.
Yeah. Yeah. The Heat are a team you wait for someone to get injured, and then you target the young guys. Like when Jimmy goes down, then you're talking Jovic, you're talking Jaquez, one of those guys, but not when they're fully healthy. It's too much of it's too difficult.
1,000 of them play.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's go Washington, Atlanta. This could get kind of this is like a bullshit team shootout is where you know what I mean? Like you had a couple bullshit teams. Neither one of them are going to win anything this year. They might be kind of good some nights. They might not be. Anything?
No, I mean, this was a strictly plus EV play. Trae Young over 9.5 assists was -125. I knew that wasn't going to stay, and it hasn't. So like, that's not helpful to give anybody out. If you wanted to do over 10.5, it's a little high for this early in the year, but it's also Trae Young. Like, that's +110 at DraftKings. That's not terrible. They're the only book that's offering plus money, and he's just doing everything. His potential assists are crazy. His actual assists are crazy. He's running the show. He's playing heavy minutes. So he's one of those superstars you can rely on because he's actually playing minutes, and it would be Trae Young assists. But again, if you want to take the over 10.5 for +110, I don't think that's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough because, I mean, Washington's like third best in excuse me, I had to stretch. Third best in opponent assists per field goal made, which is kind of a stat that I like to know and be aware of. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Where do you find that stat? Because I was trying to find it.
I think you just gotta watch, dude. No, I'm joking.
I calculated when I'm watching.
Yeah, I watch the game and I run my own count. No, it's teamrankings.com.
Okay, I was looking at NBA.com, which is why I couldn't find it.
Good one for that. Just to kind of, I don't know. It doesn't tell you everything. Obviously, it's a what do they call it? Bikini stat. Shows you a lot, but doesn't show you everything.
It's good to look at.
Yeah. So yeah, well, depending on. But anyways, the Wizards, maybe the Sar kid. I still want to play him somehow. He looks like a 7.5, so 10+ is what you'd have to do. I don't know that he's done this. I don't think actually, yeah, he went 12+. Did he foul out? No, he really wasn't in foul trouble. He only played 24 minutes, but he went 12+ against Cleveland. I don't know. I think that kid is one that you're gonna catch lightning in a bottle one night, but I don't know. I still like Strother better tonight.
Yeah.
Just because of the, you know what I'm saying, the potential. 7.5 looks to be -110-ish, -106. So yeah, you're not going to get a giant plus money move, but again, they have to want to play that kid.
10+ is +180 at Bet365.
Anywhere else, I don't have Bet365.
Oh, +175 at DraftKings. So basically the same thing.
He took 10 shots last game. That's all I'm saying.
And like, this Wizards team is the most like tanktastic team in the NBA. Like, they're going to get these. You want to get these young guys some run.
Yeah, that's what I'm
but
saying.
That might be a later season. Like,
exactly.
Sarah might be like, you bookmark him for March.
Yeah, but I think you want to do it before. Like, I know what you're saying, and that's true a lot of these. But when you look at this roster, it's like, yeah, there's no chance that he's gonna have a really good game early in the season. I think because you know what I'm saying, because like, you can't. It's not like one of those situations where the team's kind of good. Or might be kind of good. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kuzma, Bilal, Sar, Bub Carrington, Jordan Poole, Corey Kispert. Like, who the fuck who even are these people? Keyshawn George. Listen to these names. Jonas.
Valanciunas, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, now do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's like, whoa, like, he might drop 20 on somebody. Like, one night out of nowhere, because like, they really don't have anyone else that they can really play. And maybe he starts good one night, you know what I mean? They kind of just let him have a couple more minutes and then has another good shift. And before you know it, he played 30 minutes and his total was like 8.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're going to have to get lucky. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like it's that there is luck involved, but at the same time, you're putting yourself in a position to get lucky whenever you start looking at this team. You're like, this team is just not good.
I do think that Wizards Hawks is like the perfect NBA matchup because nobody's going to watch it. Nobody's going to care about it. But in both these defenses stink, or at least the Wizards defense, like they were terrible last year. Who knows how they're going to be bad this year? But yeah.
Yeah. Now do you see what I'm saying? Like, so that's kind of something that you want to kind of target. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Like that guy, just because that's a bullshit game just waiting to happen. Washington is second worst in the NBA in defensive efficiency, and Atlanta is bottom. I think they're 23, so bottom 10 definitely.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're not looking at a game where you're going to see a ton of defense. All right, and that's
what we like.
Yep, and as far as possessions go, both are top 10 in possessions per game. So basically pace, like fast 10. So should go up and down. This kid took 10 shots last game. 10.
Is that you talking Sar?
Yeah. So the idea that he can't score 10 points if he were to get another 10 shots tonight, again, he's a jit, dude. He's like 15.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's
problem is like
not old at all. Like, let me see. Hang on. He's 19 years old.
He's super. And also, I just thought about this. If we're talking narratives, the Hawks drafted the guy number 1, Risa Shea, over Sarr. So maybe we get like a revenge factor.
Oh shit! I didn't even think about that. So then look at the other kid.
Risa
We
Shea.
got numbers for him.
Zachary Risa Shea. I don't think their numbers out.
Yeah. So Risa Shea maybe later on.
Yeah.
Tonight. Yeah, but that's Sarr 7.5. That's the bullshit I get into betting, dude. So like that's just me. I don't know that I'll ever change. I say I'm not going to do it every year. Stick to the stars, stick to more, and then next thing you know, I got some random guy.
Well, let me tell you, I've stuck to stars the beginning of the season, and I've been getting my ass kicked. So
okay,
maybe I'm just betting the wrong stars, but
I like it. Bulls, Memphis, anything.
Yeah, this is one of the ones where like the odds are so good that I'm worried that I'm missing something. It's Ja Morant over assists. Okay, well there we go. I got Ja Morant over 6.5 assists at +108 on FanDuel. It's now -122. So I guess that makes me feel better that I was on the right track.
Good.
If I'm playing it right now, you can get. Let's see. Okay, if you're playing it right now, I would get over 7.5 for a half unit +165 at DraftKings because you're not really getting any good prices on the over 6.5 number. And I don't really understand what the books are doing with this price. Like you look at Ja Morant, he's gone over this number in 2 games this year where he had 10 assists each. 10 assists against Utah, 10 assists last game against Orlando. And he's only playing like 25 minutes a game. Like eventually his minutes are going to increase. And he gets a matchup against the Bulls, which DeJounte Murray, first game, 10 assists, 19 potential assists. Next game against the Bucks, Damian Lillard, 8+ assists on, I think, 16 or 18 potential assists. Last game, it was Jalen, the guy on the Thunder, Jalen Williams.
Jalen Williams.
I'm just told. Yeah, Williams, the good Jalen
I had
Williams.
SGA that night.
So did I. That's how I know this. But it was Jalen Williams who got to 8 assists against the Bulls. Like if you can drive, you're going to score. You're going to rack up a ton of assists against this Bulls team. And I'm guessing the lines are a little bit suppressed because Ja's not playing that much. Like again, he's only playing 25 minutes a game. He's going to start playing more. And like he's gotten 10 even in limited minutes. So like even if you're telling me he's playing 25 minutes, so he's gotten 10 in 2 of 3 games. So yeah. That's my third and final bet that I've officially locked in. Everything else is just like something I'm thinking on.
Okay. Well, one thing I like and I'll end up with is the Bulls Grizzlies rank 1 and 2 in pace possessions per game. So
that is nice.
So a lot of possessions. So a lot of things can happen in those. I look at guys like Julian Phillips, 3.5 points.
I don't even know who that is. So that's a good sign.
Yeah, he's a forward, plays for the Bulls. If this team gets their asses kicked, which they could, he could end up playing 15, 20 minutes. He has yet to do that, but he's played 14 minutes, 2 straight games. In the preseason, I know this means nothing. It just so happened to be against Memphis, but he dropped 21.
There you go.
In 27 minutes. I'm not saying that means anything. What I'm saying is we've seen this guy go 20 plays. It was a bullshit game. Nobody even played for Memphis. So there is that. Like I'm not saying that. My point is he scored 20+ points before. Like it's not like he's just there to hang around, set some picks, grab a couple boards, maybe block a shot, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like and he plays with the guys that he would have been playing with in the preseason if this game turns out to be a beatdown.
If it gets out of hand, yeah.
Yeah. So you got him in that, and it's 3.5 is his total.
So I know you can't use this book, but over 4.5 is +130 at Bet365.
Yeah. Now, do you see what I'm saying? Like, so we get to watch a bullshit guy. Also, he played 11 minutes in one game in the preseason, scored 10 points. Again, like that's all you're looking for. He took 6 shots last game against OKC. That was probably mop-up duty. Against Milwaukee, he hit a 3. He only scored 3 points. But again, like, guys like that are all I'm looking for. Just you catch lightning in a bottle. And you could get lucky too. But it's 4 points. So if you need him to get 6 or 8, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
dude, if you went 10 plus, it's probably 4. That's like astronomical.
10 plus?
Yeah.
850.
Yeah, that's not that crazy, dude. Like, that's really not. Like, he scored 9 last game, again, against OKC. I think he plays more, but I don't know. We just got to keep watching. Like, I don't know the rotations yet, but, like, you're going to hit a giant one on guys like that where it's like, oh, shit, there was a blowout. And, I mean, if you ever played DFS before, you know exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
All right, let's move on. We got to get quick. We got to quick here. I got nothing for San Antonio. Houston. Still kind of mad at Julian Champagnie.
Champagnie, yeah.
Yeah, because I had like 14 plus the other night. It was like +2 something, and he only scored 12. The thing, it was Saturday night. It was same team, same matchup, but he scored the first 5 points of the game.
Huh.
And I was like, all right, let's go. Like, oh, well, for the Spurs, I was like, all right, dude, I got this. And I did not have it. So it kind of pissed me off. But I'll probably go back to the Champagnie well. They have not adjusted to him at all. He is their scorer. But again, news has kind of hamstrung us a little bit with this game. Just because, like, we want to make sure nobody's playing for the Spurs. I don't think Vasal's coming back or Jones for a while. So we might be okay there to not watch.
I'm pretty sure Jones is out for a couple weeks, so we're good there.
Yeah. And whatchamacallit, Vasal doesn't get reevaluated until November 1st, so we're all set. So Champagnie in that game is the only thing I'm looking for. About you, anything?
Nothing.
Utah, Dallas, anything?
So there are 2 plays that I'm looking at. Haven't locked any of them in. One of them is Luka, 10 plus assists. It's plus money. The Jazz have given up the most assists in the entire NBA. They were the same thing last year. We targeted, I think it was John Morant against the Jazz in game 1. He had 10 assists in 25 minutes. If you want to get nasty, I kind of like a Najee Marshall, 3+ assists. He's someone that like didn't really do anything in his previous role when it was at Pelicans. I don't like he didn't do anything. They're letting him get some work. The Mavericks are. He's tied with Kyrie Irving with the second most drives on the Mavericks. He's had 3 He's had 3 assists in each of the first 2 games, and 3 assists is +215 at +215 odds at DraftKings. So
what are his potentials?
His potentials. So for whatever reason, NBA.com has not released tracking data on that second Mavericks game. It's only the first one. 4. So that's the concern. Only 4 potential assists.
Yeah, you gotta hit that shot.
Yeah. So but again, second most drives on the team. He had 3 against the Suns, and that was a game in which Luka cooked. He scored 40 points. If this game gets out of hand, they're going to have Najee run even more. So it's like polar opposite plays. It's like Luka for 10, like the best player in the NBA for 10, or this guy nobody's heard of to get 3. But that's where I'm looking.
Yeah, I kind of like that. I was thinking Luka triple-double, dust off one of those.
Yeah, you could do that.
I mean, it's 325, 370 at Ballybet. I think tonight's the night for a triple-double out of him. They're going to get paced up. I think Utah's like 4th in the NBA in pace, so should be a pace-up spot. All we got to do is have them keep it close, which they should be able to do that. So there is that. All right. Portland and who? Sacramento?
Sacramento.
Yeah, I got nothing there. I don't know what to make of Portland. Jeremy Grant's taking 1 million threes, so maybe that's an option. That's going to be something I definitely look into. But you're going to have to go 4+, which I rarely do. I hate that. I know this is your market, so.
Expert. I'm an expert on telling you what 3-point props are not going to hit. I like Grant points. The Kings defense is terrible. I also like DeMar points as well. Pump that up to 25+ for plus money. I mean, it's like the Portland Trailblazers, they give up a ton of mid-range shots. That's where you want to eat, or that's where DeMar eats. He only takes mid-range shots. So I still don't really know what to make of this Kings team yet. So that's why I haven't bet anything. But yeah, one of those 2, Grant, DeMar, one of those 2.
Okay, only 4 teams in the NBA worse in defensive efficiency right now than Sacramento. So
yeah, they're terrible. They're very bad.
Not great. So and they like to run fast, which I like. So there will probably be a play from Portland coming out from me at some point today. Like I said, I got to make more sense of it. Let's see some news. You want to know how to react to news, and like I said, we are in that part of it. So I'm sorry if you're like, hey, where's all the bets? But like dude, you can't just be locking in shit unless it's an over with a fully healthy team. Because then you can get lucky with, all right, this guy's going to be out. You're like, all right, well, I just got the best line. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like whenever they announce one of his teammates to be out. But if you have guys coming back or maybe coming back or maybe question, you can't take anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're going to end up, like I said, you're more times than not, or just even one time is too many for me whenever I'm like, oh, shit, this guy is going to play. And now I got someone else on that team's points for over. You know what I'm saying? And now you're just
kicking you're pissed off. Yeah.
Like, why did I do that? I didn't have to do that yet.
Yeah. I got nothing on this one.
Yeah, nothing on the Lakers, Phoenix, maybe that Dalton Connect kid. Again, I'm going for the bench warmer guy. But the problem with this is I don't know that the Suns are going to run away from the Lakers. I don't know that the Lakers are going to run away from the Suns. So that's the tough part there. But, I mean, 10 points last game. Just saying. Guy took 7 shots. Dude is not afraid to shoot the ball.
He can shoot
the damn ball. But that was against Sacramento in a pace-up spot. Poor defense. Now you're looking at Phoenix. Not poor defense. And not a pace-up spot. But I don't really think that Phoenix is a pace-up spot. So, yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, and I don't know about you. I hate these games where the two teams play each other like in like the same, like 2 teams play each other in like a week or like back-to-back games. Because it's like, should we just bet whatever happened last game, or are we expecting teams to make adjustments? I always get in my own head about it, so I try to stay away from those in the regular season.
Yeah, I hate them. I hate it. All right, so that's going to be that for basketball. I'll be honest with you, all that we just said is going to be on a back burner for me, just because there's a football game on.
Yep.
There's an NFL game on, Steelers, Giants, and I've already put in an SGP at Rebet. 4 for 4 is who I write that article for, and that should be out like really soon. But let me see. I can tell you what I bet. Why not? Like I said, it's going to be out soon anyways. So just to be clear, this is where my head is for this game. It's plus 217 at Rebet. If you use promo code HIGHSLOP to sign up there, they will give you a free month of 4 for 4. You'll get a deposit bonus, and you'll get a free month of my dub club. So that's ridiculous. Like, that's crazy. So try it out. Again, all you got to do is deposit $10 and using that promo code HIGHSLOP, and you get all that. So anyways, you're going to win your money back because we have Wan'Dale Robinson, 27-plus receiving yards. I'll get to that in a minute. George Pickens, 51-plus receiving yards. And Jaylen Warren, 21-plus rushing yards. Wan'Dale is not a receiving yards guy. I know that. All right. But you can't take his receptions at Rebet.
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, it's terrible.
Because it's like 4 is plus 400 and something, which is what I would do. I wouldn't do 5 over there because you get a better number somewhere else. But you could do 27 yards, which you can't do other places. Like, really, you could do 25-plus at FanDuel. But, no, anytime he's caught 6-plus balls, which I think he does tonight, but I don't want to bet that, he's gone 27-plus, except for last week where he got 23. That was a weird week, all right?
Weird week.
Different game, not weird, which is huge. We don't want a weird game. But, yeah, I think that the Giants play this from behind. I think that you have to attack Pittsburgh through the air because you can't run on them. And that's just that. They're going to stack the box anyways against Danny Dimes. So it's going to be short passes. Wan'Dale should eat in there. Just break one, man. Just get us 27. Get us 28. You know what I mean? You get home there. For the other side, Jaylen Warren, 21-plus rushing yards. Here's the cheat code. That's not the best play. The best play that I've ever seen in my life, ever, is Jaylen Warren over 7.5 rushing attempts. Plus 102 right now at Bally Bet, plus 105 at DraftKings. So I would have done it at BetMGM or DraftKings, but both of them limit pretty bad. Bally Bet has not hit me that hard with limits yet. I did get hit the other day, so screw you guys for that, Bally Bet.
It's on the way.
Yeah, so it's coming. But they let me have this for 100, which, dude, $100. That's all I want. I'm not like this crazy better. $100. That's it. But plus 102 for 8+ attempts. That has not been adjusted for the fact that this dude is finally fully healthy, but that's not even the whole thing. Russell Wilson is the quarterback now, Matt. I don't know if you heard that yet.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, so he's the quarterback now. He does not. He's replacing. I'm sorry, I should have said it like this. He's replacing Justin Fields, who enjoys running with footballs instead of throwing. So that alone is going to get him a couple extra rushing attempts. He was on the field more last week than Najee Harris. And if any of you haters say, "Oh yeah, that was game script," no, it wasn't. Najee Harris was on the field for the last drive, so that was just the way it is. And at the beginning of the season, I don't know if you read any Steelers camp notes. He was supposed to be like 1 and 2, 1A and 1B with Najee. It wasn't just, I'm the pass catching guy. He was both. Like it was they were both starting to do it. But then he would take receiving down work. Dude, he's carrying the ball 8+ times tonight. Like that's just gonna happen. The Giants have the worst rush defense in the NFL. Worst. There's no one worse. 5+ yards per attempt. Like they're gonna have success on the ground. I bet they keep it there. If you had Rush as the quarterback of your team, you would probably hand it off a lot too.
So my favorite play of the evening is Jaylen Warren, 35+ rushing yards, plus 130 odds at ESPN Bet.
Yeah, so you were looking at that too.
Everything you said just made me feel that much better about my play. The only thing that I will add that you did not say is, so you're right, 50-50 split. 2 games this year, Jaylen Warren's been healthy. He played 48% of the snaps. He played 51% of the snaps. So you can't look at Najee Harris and what he's done the whole year because the 2 games that Warren missed,
Warren didn't even play.
69% of the snaps, 74% of the snaps in those 2 games. In the 2 games that Warren's played half the snaps, he's gotten at over 40 yards. We just need him to get to 35. And this Giants run defense, as you mentioned, is terrible. But the way you beat them is you do outside runs, right? You get to the perimeter because they have Dexter Lawrence up the middle, who's really good. And that, like, Najee can't, like, I kind of like Najee. He is a carries guy. He's not like an efficiency guy. Him. Warren's the opposite. Warren is only an efficiency guy. So if you're telling me he's going to get 8 carries, which obviously he's going to get 35. He's going to get 35 rushing yards.
I think he gets 10 plus.
Yeah, carry. Yeah, I could see that. Like the Giants, so you're right. They allowed the highest yards per carry in the NFL. Not only that, they allow the 8th most yards after contact and the 4th most yards before contact. That's really bad. So basically, they're letting guys get far before getting tackled, and then they're also not doing a good job at tackling them, which is bad. But with that said, they have the 6th best stuff rate in the NFL, which basically means like any run up the middle gets stuffed by Dexter Lawrence. But like the outside zone concept, which is what Najee or Jaylen Warren runs 78% of the time. They allow the 4th worst rushing yards per carry against that, and like a 10% higher success rate on those types of runs versus the other ones. So yeah, I love the Jaylen Warren play. That was one of mine. I hit that 35+ for a full unit.
Nice. Yeah, I just think that's just the way. I mean, I think we might see multiple 10+ play drives out of the Steelers, which those suck if you got overs or receiving stuff, but the running backs, like those attempts, I'm telling you, I bet you the guy carries it 10+ times.
100%.
I couldn't imagine that doesn't happen. Again, it's like the snaps are it's tough for them to price this because of the fact that he was hurt and the fact that they had a running quarterback. I mean, the guy was running the ball 11, 12 times, in games, Justin Fields. So it's like, when he's not there, like Russ ain't running, dude. Like he can. I'm not saying he's like a statue or anything, but like he ain't Justin Fields. You know what I'm saying? Like no. That is not the same thing. So you could say, I bet you they're gonna even out that the workload. I would think
he's not Russ from 10 years ago either when he could run.
ESPN bet just went to plus 105. Damn it, dude. I got 102. I'm telling you, I don't care. They can move that as much as they want. I might go back in. I might go again.
There you go. Double down.
Again. Yeah. Might go 10 plus. No one gives you those, though, so I can't really find them. Maybe later on in the day.
You need to move to a state that has Bet365 because you can get 10 plus at Bet365 for plus 320.
I would take that all night.
I honestly might bet that. I might bet that.
Dude, that's not crazy. He carried the ball 12 times last week. I know he's the receiving back, but he's not, dude.
He's also not.
He's not. He is, but he's not. Like he is there to run the ball. Have you ever seen pass block? Like he's not the bitch made receiver that, you know what I'm saying, they make him run outside and throw the ball to him and that's it. He's not a scat back. Like he's an actual running back. He just happens to be better doing that, so that's how they do it. That's how they split it up. But he will run the ball. That's all I got, though, man. Like I was kind of try to steal something from you because I still got one more article to write. And
I got one more. If you'll let me, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna like it though. It's Malik Neighbors' reception.
Yeah, I'm out.
It's really just to play like just betting the opposite of what we saw last week. It was his worst game of the year by far. He only had 4 receptions. He still had 8 targets, which like in a game where Daniel Jones went 14 for 21 for 99 yards, got sacked a bunch of times, got benched, still got 8 targets from Malik Neighbors. It's also his first game back from concussions. Maybe they slow rolled that a little bit. The 3 weeks prior, 18 targets, 12 targets, 15 targets, which is just crazy. He leads the NFL in target share. He leads the NFL in first read target rate, and he's missed 2 games compared to everybody else, and he's still 8th in total targets. And again, that's with missing 2 games. And like you can't run on the Steelers defense, but you can pass on them. Like their total stats don't necessarily show that, but look at who they played. They played the corpse of Kirk Cousins in week 1. They played Bo Nix in week 2 before he realized that he could throw a football. Week 3, I believe, was Justin Herbert when he was hurt. Like you can only play 2 quarterbacks that can throw the ball. Dak lit him up. He had 352 yards. Jalen Tolbert, 7 receptions, 87 yards in that game. And Joe Flacco, in a game in which Anthony Richardson got hurt, he lit him up. Michael Pittman Jr. had 6 receptions, 113 yards in that game. Josh Downs had 8 receptions, 82 yards in that game. I get Daniel Jones has looked terrible the last 2 weeks. I get that, but like the 3 weeks prior to that, he wasn't terrible. So maybe we get like a minor bounce back game. And to be clear, a bounce back game for Daniel Jones means he doesn't just piss all over his leg. You know, I'm not asking him to turn into like Dan Marino or anything. And yeah, like the Wandale receptions is like 4.5 for obscene money. And I get that Neighbors is higher. It's 2 receptions higher, but you're getting plus money for the over. He hit that in 3 straight games and then got concussed and then had a slow game. So I'm with it. I'm not laddering it because like if I watch this game and Daniel Jones is just pissing down his leg, I'm going to be pissed that I had multiple things riding on that. So I'm just taking 6.5 for a unit and I'm leaving it there.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I mean, it's you could do a lot worse than Neighbors. It's only Neighbors and Wandale. That's it.
Yep.
Everybody else, I do not even like consider. They don't even count.
Yeah.
Sorry if you're someone else, but they just don't. You know what I mean? Like Freiermuth, they always try and get you. Like they look at Fanatics. 4+ is plus 115. I don't know that I could fall for that. Like I could, but 6+ for Wandale at plus 140 looks a lot better to me. And then obviously Neighbors, who Danny Dimes just locks in on.
Yep.
Oh, excuse me, he sucked. Danny Dimes last game now, so that was so bad, dude.
Really not good.
Sucked. So yeah, that's an issue for me. But yeah, it is what it is. Maybe I'll go Wandale receptions. I do like Neighbors. I'm not saying that. I just, like I said, if this game turns into one where you just said where Danny Dimes turns into a pumpkin, maybe Wandale gets home because he's literally 3 feet away from him when they target him. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
They don't. I think that's why Wandale does so well. It's because they don't want Danny Dimes throwing the ball that far, so they just give him someone like that and just have him stay very close, and they throw to him. So. Yeah, that's about it. The Warren guy is moving up now. DraftKings has plus 110.
Wow.
Which I don't love that, but I'm telling you, I'm staying by. I'm sticking with my guy. I don't see how he doesn't care. Like, how?
Spin zone. You know what it is? Their sharps are betting the under so they can get a better price on the over, and then they're just going to hammer the over for even more money. That's the spin zone.
Smart. Yeah, DraftKings actually just went off the market. It looks like it's not even shown on OddsJam here.
Yeah.
Usually that means that they pulled their price down.
Yeah, because they're on there. They probably did pull it.
Yeah, they were on there. They don't have any. That whole market's not there, but they just went to plus 110. ESPN went to plus 105 a minute ago from even money. So we'll see what happened. I'm sitting here with plus 102 like a sucker, but I don't really care because that's hitting in the first half probably.
It probably hit rushing too, rushing yards.
Yeah, rushing in first half. Just like I said, just don't be so efficient. You know what I mean, Jalen? Just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right. As long as he gets to 35 plus, I don't care how he gets there.
Get to 8 and then get wild. All right.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's going to do it for me and for you, actually, because we're together on this. That was awesome. I feel like tonight's going to be good. I had a great day yesterday, so I want to kind of keep that going. That's it. If you want to find anything that either one of us do, you can find Matt at Jedi Modi on Twitter. And actually, that's on YouTube as well, right? The same handle.
Yep.
That was smart. That's what I did too. I'm at Slop Rules on Twitter as well as right here on YouTube at Slop Rules. And that's Matt's dog. He wants to say hi too. But yeah, go ahead and follow. Get the notifications on. We're going to go live later on today at 4 p.m. to use the tools at OddsJam to help us find some more bets. I most certainly will have more NBA by the time that live stream starts, so we can talk about that. And that's it, man. Good luck. Thanks for listening. I will see you later.